Welcome back to episode 4. I have gone through the entire 30 days of summer and I am in autumn now. Last time I was talking about how the layout was going to be, and here how it actually is. You can see there's a couple gaps because I haven't had the need to. I haven't unlocked the markets and the tavern, obviously, but I don't necessarily need two crafts places, two sewers. So there's some holes that I'll fill later. All these we filled with houses. Put some big houses over here with big yards, like estates where rich people might live or something. Um, yeah, so I think it looks pretty cool. We have a fence all the way around it, a gate here, a gate here, and a gate here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this area because for right now I don't need any of this. I've got 20 something houses by the time I'm done here. So probably more houses. I mean, ultimately I'll end up with like 80 people, so I'll need at minimum 40 houses, and this is like 20, so probably a bunch more houses all the way around in this area. Maybe I'll make it look cool because this is so gridded off, which I guess is fine considering it's like downtown. But maybe I'll make this more like curved, or maybe I'll put like little cul-de-sacs, like maybe put like a little semicircle of houses like that with the street coming off. Street semicircle has something different. But for right now, this is all the space I'm going to need. So summer was rough. Playing with, I had it on 100%. So the tax is at 500%. Let me show you what that result was. I had all these at 100%, and that was rough. That was rough. So first of all, I recruited some more people just now in autumn, but this food demand per day was 720, I believe, per day, which was 120 roasted meat per day. And I wasn't even getting close to 100, much less 120. So I had to go out and do a lot of hunting myself just to have enough food. And that's at double food rates. Same with water. Water's easy though. I just grab the bucket, go to the well, throw in the food shed. Easy. But the same demand. See, the food and the water are the same. So I was having to fill up quite a bit of buckets. And the wood was, I don't remember, 500. No, I think it was like 300 a day. Now that it's autumn, I think it's gone up because this went from 7, let's say from 8 to 12, 800 to 1200, so that's 50% more. And this went from like 3 to 9. That's triple. So I'm assuming that's because of the since it's fall, people just need more wood. Um, the rough part was check out this guy, him or him? No, it was this one. This after 30 days of summer, working every single day. Now, if you're playing 3-day seasons, that would have been 10 seasons, 2.5 years. This is how much this guy went up by fishing every day. That's it. Herbalism, same thing. That's all he went up after 30 days. Meanwhile, a lot of these are new or I just switched them. Like this guy, I don't think I had him the entire summer, but even if I did, practically they went up an entire bar in 30 days versus whatever this is. A quarter, maybe? Something like that. And I have switched a few of these people's profession, which means they did level up, and then I moved them on to something else, like, say, this guy right here. They just started. I don't remember if I just recruited them or not, but if I didn't, let's say they were doing farming, and they were a 2, I got them up to a 3, and then moved them over here to get this 1 up. Something like that. See if I can find an example. This one I don't remember where they started at. Obviously I've had them for more than 1 day, but they're halfway through production. I feel like they were doing something else, hunting perhaps, and they got that from a 1 to a 2, and then I moved them over here. So people are easily going up by 1 per 30 days, if not 1.5 or 2 if you have them the full 30 days, which I didn't on most of these, depending on their profession. Production, I feel like as long as they're making stuff, they're going up. So let me show you. If you have something where they're producing less than 1 per day, I think all these are set up pretty well. Okay, let me put this on. Okay, so this 0.9, that means in one day they'll make nothing, and then the second day they'll make one. Something like that, right? So if you do something like this where they're not making something every day, the skills go up pretty slowly. So I'm trying to make sure to keep it at least at a whole number. So, I guess I could bump that down to 23, and I could bump that down to 67, but I don't think. Yeah, see, that's a 0.5. I don't think that really makes a difference. I'll leave it like that anyway. Because 3.3 and 1.2 or whatever this was, they're still going to make in one day 4. And then the next day maybe they make 5. Something like that. So anyway, the point is, when I had, the blacksmith is a good example. Yeah, perfect. It's still this way. So this guy his skills are going up at not a very good rate because it's only a half per day. So some days he'll make 0, and some days maybe he'll make 3, and some days he'll make 1 or 2. I guess it just depends on where the decimals lie or whatever. So the skills go up pretty slowly. I did have him making something else too, a couple more things, but they were less than a half. So at minimum you want it to be a half, otherwise it may be 3 days before they produce anything. And if you were playing on a 3-day season, then you might only get 1 knife produced per season or something. And again, this guy's not very good. He's only a 1 skill. So, that's part of it too. If he was a 10 skill, then I think these would all be straight up 10 times. So he'd be making 5, 5, and 6. So the skill makes a huge difference. But again, I'm trying to level everybody up. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm trying to level everybody up. So I wanna. Where's this girl? Let me sort by name here. So you can see the skill is not too high, not going up very fast, and it would probably go up faster if I cut out one of those productions and increase. Let's see what I can do. Management, smithy. The hoe I can probably just cut out, and I'm going to have to manually make those, but the knife, because I've got several hunters, is probably something I want to hit at 1. Can I get to it? Oh, not quite. So that's going to have to go under. Where is the sweet spot here? At 77. So I can make 1 knife per day, but the axe is going to be like 1 every 2 or 3 days. So that's unfortunate, but her skill should go up faster because it's guaranteed to go up 1 per day. Actually, I think the wooden hoe would go over 0.5. That one goes a little higher, I believe. Oh, close. I don't want to put this down. 0.99 still would have days every once in a while where it doesn't produce anything. So I'll leave it like that. So hopefully that skill will go up a little faster. But you can see I've got everybody. So here's what I do. I put anybody working where they have a 1. Now I don't have any diplomacy right now, so if they have a 1 there, I can't do anything about it. So I want them working their lowest skill. So they're doing fishing. They've got 2 skills I could do, so I got them crafting. Their lowest skill's crafting, they're crafting. Pretty simple. When this 1 becomes a 2, then I fire them from the job, and then I move them on to whatever other job they need to get their skill up. What was she doing? Workshop? I think so. So in this guy's case, he's doing hunting right now. So when his hunting goes up to a 2, I could leave him as a hunter, or I could move him to anything else that's a 2. But generally I'm trying to get rid of all the 1s. So this guy, he's got a 2 in crafting, but a 1 in excavation. So I should move him to excavation right now, right? But I don't think I have any jobs open for that. See, my woodshed's real full. So I'll have to wait. But as soon as one of these, let me do by profession. One of these lumberjacks is almost done, this guy. So as soon as he's done, I'm going to switch that other person who's a 1 in there, and maybe move this person to hunting or farming, or I don't know. I've got several farmers right now. In fact, this farmer's a 3. I don't know if they pick plants faster, and if they get more, like when they pick, they get more seeds or more like actual plants are not being higher. They do barn work faster, so turning wheat into wheat seeds or whatever. But I don't know if they pick any faster. But I did leave this person there because, as you see, they're a 2 or a 3 and everything except for the diplomacy. So it doesn't really matter where I put them. They can start being an expert in that, I guess. I don't know. But my fields. So in the way I planted it at the beginning of the game, I didn't have that much money, so I planted only the things you could plant only in spring, which was the first season, right before I switched to summer. So all this flax, onions, maybe that was it. Maybe one more. I can't remember what was only spring. These 2 you could plant in no, carrots were spring too. So I think it was those 3. These you plant in the summer. Maybe this one in the summer, this one winter, and this one autumn, something like that. So when spring came around, only the onions were ready and the flax, but flax isn't food. So we picked that. This time they just picked the carrots, cabbages, and I guess this rye or oats. I can't remember which one's which. Let's see. That's oats. And then maybe the rye hasn't been planted yet. So right now they're still fertilizing and plowing up all this stuff. Let's see what else we got going on. So anyway, that's the word on skills. So that's what I do. I don't want any 1s, because ultimately when people start having kids, you don't want kids born with a 1 in a skill. You want them all to be like a 2 or a 3. I would let them get away with being a 2 in survival because it's such a pain. But ideally, everything else is at least a 3, and then whatever they're going to focus on. Like this farmer might be like by the time that they have a kid, maybe they're like a 5, something like that. Ideally higher. The problem is, look at my taxes already, 2,800 after practically 1 season, because the spring it went up by like 100 and something. But so that's going to go up again. This is autumn, so that'll double again. So that'll be over 5,000, and after winter, it'll be like maybe 8,000. So by the time I have to pay taxes in the springtime, I'm going to owe 8,000, and I have $2. So that's where the challenge of putting the taxes at 500% and starting to build a big city. Like I don't have an industry right now. I just have people leveling up their skills. So that's one problem. So you do need to have an industry. I probably will have a lot of hunting going on during the wintertime. Maybe I'll build another hunter and just throw everybody in that, get all the fur and leather I can, and make boots or something, and then try to sell the boots and hope I can get enough. See, I've got a lot of linen thread from all that flax, so I can turn that into something too. And then manually, I don't have mines unlocked, but I can just go to any of the mines and just pick them clean. They reset per season, I believe, so I can pick all 5 of them clean and produce copper axes or whatever and sell those too. So I'll be able to make the money, but it's not going to be automated. Next year it should be. Next year I'll have to decide what my industry is going to be. I almost always do sewing just because it's easy. You get all that flax, leather, and fur pretty easily, and you turn it into clothes and you sell it. That's pretty easy. But I think this time, maybe I want to do cattle or something. I haven't done that. It's like the main industry. So the way you have to do that is you'll just have to put all these like cattle barns everywhere, or horses, or whatever livestock you want to raise, and have as many babies as you can and just start selling them. The only thing with that, it's not automated at all. You can have a marketplace, sell whatever you want, but they don't sell cattle. Maybe they do later, but not right now. So the marketplaces, if I want it to be automated, it's got to be tools, food, clothes, stuff like that. So Maybe I'll pick two industries. Maybe I'll do livestock, because then I could turn all this area into livestock. And then maybe I'll sell the tavern. I like to do that one, like sell beer and wine, but it'll be a while before I open that. So I guess I could do the seamstress, automated, and livestock. I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. In the meantime, my food demand is really high. I'm not producing anywhere close to that amount right now. Water demands should be easy to take care of. Wood demand, I'm not. Look at that. I'm almost out of wood. So all these demands are not being met with 19 people. So there's the challenge for right now. I did have to turn up. I think I started talking about it and stopped. That 100% modifier is not cutting it. So, if you think about it realistically, if you go out and chop wood for the whole summer, like as a kid or something, there's no way you're still terrible at chopping wood by fall. You know what I mean? If I'm picking berries all summer, there's no way I'm still terrible at it by the next season. What else is there? Hunting. If I shoot a bow in real life, summer's 90 days, right? Or a whole season is 90 days. If I'm shooting a bow for 90 days, trying to hunt rabbits and deer or whatever, there's no way I'm still terrible at it after one season. So when you're going from a 1 to a 2 in hunting after 30 days in game, that's a problem, especially if you're doing 3-day seasons. You would take over 2 years, or let's just say 2 years flat to level up once. If you're hunting for 2 years straight, you should be like an expert at that point. So 100% is not good, so I'm putting this all on 200%, which is still, you would go up in skill once per year, which I guess is reasonable. If you spend a whole year learning to be a hunter, yeah, I guess after a year you go from terrible to less terrible. It still seems a little slow, but I don't want to put it too high. 500%, they were going up really fast, too fast, so I think this is a good sweet spot for 200, except for survival, which still sucks, but what are you going to do? I literally, if I see somebody to recruit they could be a 5 in everything, well, that I would take. Let's say they're a 3 in everything and a 1 in survival, I still don't take them. It just takes too long. I made that mistake with these people, like, they're practically a 3 in everything, this guy right here, and 19 years old. Like, what a perfect person. But they're going to sit here on survival for the next 2 or 3 years, so boo to that. You can build potions with Herbalism, and that'll make it go up faster, which I'll probably do. It does take, I think, 5 of each of the, let me show you. The dandelion and the broadleaf is going to take 5 of each. That means I'm only going to be able to make 20 potions, which might level up one person halfway, maybe. So that's not quite good enough. So maybe next year, because the dandelions I can't even pick right now. Spring and summer. So maybe next fall I'll have enough. This one you can pick. It doesn't say, maybe year round. I don't know if you can get them in the wintertime. I don't think you can, but 3 seasons you can. So I'm going to put my herbalist picking that all up until the daisies or the dandelions or whatever are back. I think I got them doing that right now already. Yeah. I may go pick some myself, just to have a bunch so I can make tons of those potions and get them leveled up quicker. But they may not even make very many. They may only make like 1 per day because how low their skill is. So maybe not even 1 per day. But right now I've got 2 people fishing just because I need the food. So yeah, a word on that. So summertime was rough. Like I said, I did the full 30 days. And I only went up by 1 skill on most of the people, or close, if I didn't have them the whole summer. And you know what? I'm going to leave somebody. This person just started. Let me write that down. What's the name? God Zamira. They just started, and they're doing Lumberjack, and I'm going to leave them there for the whole 30 days and see how high they get. So I know I have them from the beginning. Minus a day. What day is it? It's day 2. So they lost 1 day, but yeah, so I'm going to do another 30 days for winter. I'm going to go ahead. I can go ahead and do it right now. So if I set this to back down to 3, it won't change until next season, which is winter. So I'll do 30 days of autumn. I'll do 3 days of winter, and then I'll come back and put it back on 30 during the spring, and I'll probably run through all those seasons and make a new video maybe in spring or summer next year. So, all right, until then.